Welcome to Tia's Conversation Lounge, y'all. Just wanted to hop on today to talk about our impending upcoming event that is still on track to happen on June 27th, the major mega earthquake, and just overall earth changes, weather changes, patterns, etc. So if this is your first time here, this conversation is a follow-up to other conversations about major earthquake that was predicted to come in on June 27th, that was channeled through a pure channel. I'll link the person's Facebook page below. It's late at night, so bear with me. I'm just logging in now to just get this done, but I wanted to reach out and let you guys know that we are entering into a pivotal time right now. So before we get to it, I just wanted to say thank you for listening, and all right, let's do this. So 2024 again it's a time of pivotal change for humanity. We are entering into a whole new stage of purification, cleansing, and a deep time for soul healing and reflection. And there will be major earth changes coming up this year, and one of those earth changes is in June. And we're already in June, guys, and June 27th, but we're starting to see that there are many signs that the earth has been producing or providing to us, showing us that there's going to be some changes. Flooding, lots of rain, like the one in Brazil and Kenya and China and Dubai, right? Earthquakes, volcanoes erupting. So there is a pattern or a trend happening where we are seeing the earth changes pick up. So the one in June, the end of this month, this one will be a major one. Now, I don't really know exactly how this is going to play out, but I know that when the Creator gives us a message that to prepare for a mega earthquake, a global earthquake, this will happen in many places, right? United States will have major earthquakes, and all over the world, the Ring of Fire, places could be California, it could be who knows. I don't have specific states, but those are major areas that are prone to earthquakes, and tsunamis, major tsunamis we haven't seen before, right? So this June event coming up on the 27th to the 30th, there is this will create a major change in history, and many are going to pass away. Many are going to die. I don't know if it's going to be all in that weekend or if it's going to be going beyond that weekend, because I think that this is just one event that's going to trickle and create even more events. So I don't think this is just going to be one event alone. It's just going to start, and then it's going to create like a major wave of changes that is going to create a lot of different catastrophes in different places. So more details. I don't have all the details on this, guys. I only know that I was guided to prepare for this. So I'm coming again to bring this up because maybe some people forgot, or some people don't believe that this is going to happen, or asleep, like, oh no, this can't happen. So just keeping the message in remembrance, because we still have a few more weeks to prepare. As a matter of fact, I'm still preparing. I'm still like getting stuff that I need. A camp stove, different foods. My thing is about to, whatever it is that I've been guided to do. Some places are going to flood. So I was getting to evacuate where we are from the higher self, evacuation, because of flood, or there could be other things. It could be a major hurricane. I don't know. But I was guided to evacuate, and I don't know why I'm evacuating just yet. I'm still exploring this deeper to see what am I going to be experiencing here, where I'm at. I'm in Florida, and I know Florida is prone to flooding. Right now we've been experiencing a lot of rain, and we are just getting started. We have not even hit the mega one yet in June, and we're already getting rain. So it's a possibility that we may see some flooding because of, this June event may trigger that too, even more rain. And it kind of reminds me of like how Brazil, like they had a lot of rain and that place flooded out. Like that was recent. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Like Brazil had a whole like major catastrophe with lots of rain and people's lives and homes lost, and people having to find homes, like people being homeless or having to rebuild and start again. Like that's tough. That's tough. When you don't see something coming and it comes in and you don't even know it's coming. Do you know what I mean? And your life completely changes overnight in the blink of an eye. That can be hard to swallow. So if you're getting this message and you're willing to take heed, then do your thing, because I am grateful for the blessing to know, right? Because then my family can be more prepared and I'm not caught off guard. But when there are catastrophes and negative events that look negative or are dark or may change our lives and turn them upside down, how do we how do we stay anchored and not lose it and go over the deep end, right? How do we handle change? How do we face the storm? What are ways that we can rise above the changes and embrace them and use it as a springboard to a better future, to create again. There's the opportunity in the darkness, and so there's it's easy to say that like just from here, right? Because you're not going through it yet, but when you're going through something, you feel it, man. You're just feeling it, because you're like, what just happened? Especially if these events happen unexpectedly. Could be a major earthquake in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, or a major tsunami that comes up that's 100 feet high in the middle of your sleep, and you wake up and you're like, what the F? There's no way out of here, right? That's where you embrace death, right? Where death is no longer something we're afraid to see. We're like at peace with that thing. That's a whole different conversation. Like I don't even know, because everyone has a different experience and belief system about death or fears of death, who knows. But there are going to be people who are going to experience all of these events and may not know it's coming, so it will rattle. It's like a big shake-up. It's like a big wake-up call for humanity. Now this wake-up call is a mega one, because it's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the great call. It's like an opportunity to shake. It's like a great shaking that will like, yo, hello, wake up humanity, wake up everyone. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at? What's going on? It's like there's a big wake up call coming, guys. And it's going to create it's a great trembling. It's a great trembling. It's a great shake up. It's a great wake up call. It could wake, when you get like a jolt and you're like, whoa, you like knocked out of your sleepiness. I don't know if that's going to happen to some people, but if it does for you, great. But if it doesn't, then, but yeah, there is the wake up call is coming through many ways. It may come through the physical experience of an earthquake, the physical experience of a tsunami, the physical experience of a hurricane or a tornado. It could come through the loss of a loved one. It could come through crisis, like sudden events that may seem negative, right? But but because there's an attachment to so many things in our lives that we have a hard time letting go of things. So, it could be a loss of a job. It could be a health crisis, a relationship crisis, a financial crisis. There are many manifestations of this mega earthquake and trembling and shaking that will be occurring. It's a global wake-up call, a call to return to the higher power, to the beloved creator, a call to heal, a call to come back to our humanity. And it's almost like there's been a train that's like going on this direction of humanity. And the train is like heading down a pit. It's like it's heading to a place of no return. And it's like humanity has fell asleep. Like, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people are asleep. And what that means is like we've forgotten the creator. And the price that causes is these events, these external events and internal events that are a byproduct or consequences of our unconscious choices that lead us to our own self-destruction and lead us to co-create events like what we're going to see. And so it's like, where are we? There is a healing of the heart that's needed, and a purification, a cleansing that's needed to come back to balance, So there is a reminder to surrender, to come back to that place of home and truth and healing in our hearts and remembrance of the Creator. And I'm doing this internal work. I'm preparing myself, guys. Like, I've been preparing physically, but I've also been doing a lot of inner work to heal my relationship with the Creator. And this is huge because I know that when there is a separation with the Creator and there's no relationship, that wound, watching the monitor here, that wound impacts everything in our lives. It manifests external things that are reflections of that wound. And that wound is where the pain is, right? And when we have these physical events or emotional events or whatever events we experience, we're going to, who do we anchor in when we are in our lowest? Or when the world is going through a major change, how do we use this as an opportunity to serve one another, to come together, to heal together, and to open hearts, to love our neighbor as ourselves, to love each other more, to consider each other more. This is the opportunity, right? This is the opportunity. But even though there's going to be that opportunity, it could get overshadowed by the mind going into, it could create such a, it's going to create, there's going to be a period of pain and suffering, because we're going to see our brothers and sisters and people all over the world, or it could be in our own lives or whoever, experiencing pain and suffering. Because when someone's over there in another part of the world experiencing a tsunami and are fighting for their lives because they're swimming in water, or a person who's in the middle of their sleep and there's an earthquake and they're jolted up and they're trapped under rubbles, like, that doesn't mean that that person over there is experiencing it alone. We're all experiencing this pain. We're all experiencing this because it's happening over there. You know what I mean? Or wherever it is, we're all connected. So yeah. I don't have anything else to say. My words are like, I don't have any words to that. I think that just really made me realize like how much more preparations I need to do internally, because it's really when you know what's coming, it's like you know what's coming. So I guess the whole thing here is the last piece I wanted to bring up was the last piece I wanted to bring up was the understanding that when we're going through these changes, that the mind, the mental state, is so important to maintain a state of mind that's hopeful and in a space of gratitude and also acceptance. If you can't get to gratitude, because sometimes when the mind is in despair, hopelessness, it may not go into gratitude. You know, there may be a lot of people who may feel hopelessness, mental crisis, depression, sadness, and thought forms of hopelessness and suicide can enter. The lower forces can use that as an opportunity to enter and to create a narrative of hopelessness and despair and to give up. Some people may experience that, some people may not. But there may be an increase in a desire for suicide or hopelessness when these types of events occur, especially when it's a shock to the ego. If people go through that in the mental health world, you know, maintaining, having a spiritual support system, you know, having family and friends you can lean on, prayer, you know, meditation. There's a crisis text line, the 988 hotline. There's different ways to access help. There's the most important part is the creator of all it is, our higher power. We have a spiritual support system that is readily available to support us. And so I wanted to add that because that's a mega one too. I'm already experiencing the mental health world and seeing that we are the battle of this is happening at some level, and it's happening in the collective because there's a battle between good and evil, and it's all happening within us. And so there's a lot happening internally, and when things like this externally happen, you know, maintaining our state of to maintain the mind where it doesn't go into the pit and stay there is so key, so that the negativity or the spiral of hopelessness or negativity doesn't take over and cause self-harm. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to give a reminder about preparations for this June event, but it's not just June, it's June and beyond, because it's like a succession of events that will be occurring, and there's an opportunity to still prepare and to get ready for it. All right, well, thank you so much for listening. If you have any comments, feel free to leave it below. And if you haven't subscribed and you would like to receive more videos, feel free to do so. Thank you for watching. Namaste.